we did it for ourselves in our profession and for our children. The awkward happiness does flow around me, and you must talk to everyone. This is how the awkward spreads, and let them talk back. Because I'm scared, you're scared, and that's awkward. But that's my area. Talking about fear helps you overcome it. So talk about it, and let them talk about it. And when you do, it will flow. Let your awkward fly. Okay? It'll be all right, because it's the right thing to do. That is all my awkward. Okay? Thank you. And I'm sorry you had to come. You can do it. Thank you. I can do it. Y'all can do it. Okay, you saw the pictures. May I just thank you all for coming. Thank you all for coming.
So we have like 15 minutes left, don't we?
Oh, I thought it was late.
No, we have 10 minutes left. So if y'all have questions, please let her know. I do have to pause 1 second, though. So I'm trying to live this, and my battery died, so I ran to get my stuff. Buzz is sitting out there, y'all, waiting with his little cane, waiting on Robin to be done. It's just so adorable. I was like, Buzz, she's in there talking about you. He said, better be nice.
Please, if you have a question, go ahead.
Robin, you referred, we've all heard arguments about the communists, and we chose May because it was union, and I'm from West Virginia, so I can also say, who I am very proud of what we did back there, but we're a union state, obviously, fought hard. They did not face the opposition that we faced, because the biggest thing I hear, besides the fact that they're socialists, is that, we're trying to do a big union, that, and this is a state that does definitely opposes. I'm sorry, I wish we had a union. Of course I do. That's where I'm wrong. How did you overcome, because I'm sure you encountered, how did you overcome that criticism, or those,
Well,
yes.
we are allowed as individuals to have a voice, period. And if we're all saying the same thing, that's not anybody's fault. I mean, it's what it is, what it is.
But did you hear some of that? Like, y'all just trying to do union or blah, blah.
I think they're going to say things like, you can't walk out. You're not a right to work state. We're a right to work state. You can't walk out. Well, we can. Sure we can. We need to do what we have to do. Okay? I will do what I have to do for my children. And if it so happens that 10,000 other people do it with me, then so be it. It's not a union. We don't have bylaws. We don't have a contract. We don't have any of the bells and whistles. It's not. So they can say what they want to. We all have a voice. You can't help it. You were born with it. It's yours. And if we're saying the same thing, I'm sorry, they will be forced to listen. And they are, as Lisa pointed out, it makes them nervous, and that is why they say these things. Please don't, and say to them, I'm not part of the union, and go look, there is no union. But if we are all saying it, they have to deal with us. They have to deal with us. Who will teach? Now, that leads us to another point. In our profession, if we don't stand up now, will we have a profession in 10 years? Or will we just have a computer in front of a child. Kathleen, did you have a question?
Well, I'm sorry. Well, poor Kathleen, I keep cutting you off. Since you brought up May 1st, I'm Nicole Walker. I'm one of the board members. And since this is Awkward Activist, this is perfect timing. The awkward reasons that it was May 1st. Most of us teach in Richland too. And so we have PEP on Wednesdays, which means that we were going to miss less time. And it was the first Wednesday that we could get a permit on campus, on the legislative campus. And so when we first heard the whole, it's May Day, it's a socialist day, we were like, May Day is like a Oktoberfest kind of German dance. What are they even talking about? Like, we didn't even know what that meant, let alone have any ties to any of those ideas. It was just logistically easiest for us, which I know is a selfish thing, y'all. I'm sorry. But, we thought it was just going to be the 8 of us. We didn't expect 10,000 people to come. But it really wasn't, there's no... And as a board member, Robin knows my opinion. I'm kind of anti-union myself, just because I think that sometimes unions work against people, not always for them the way they should. Most of the board members are not pro-union. So, but as Robin said, we are pro-advocacy. We are pro-speaking out and speaking up and not letting people shame us for caring about kids. I'm done. Go.
So my question is, and this is all awesome, thank you so much for sharing your story. And at my school, it's very hard to get other teachers to wear red. And I think it's because of the fact that they've stayed their lane, and then they say your opening line where you're like, I'm not political. It's like, how do I break through that wall for them? How do I make them feel like, I don't want them to take this as being like, well, that's Kat's thing. That's what she does on, Wednesdays, and this is what I do on Tuesdays, and I like, how do I bring them in? And like, I have a louder voice, and sometimes my worry is like, I am pushing people from coming in, and so I just want to find ways to bring them in, and I don't want to say I'm like at a loss, but like, I'm ready for ideas.
The conversation part, this is key. Because they have a misunderstanding is what they have. Because they care about children, and they care about their profession, just like we do. They have a misunderstanding right now. And so what you are going to want to do is find a way to connect. And it might have to be through, if they are online, if they see that the purpose is children. Because we are in a state that is hugely conservative for the most part. And I get that. The purpose of advocacy is to stand up for someone else or for something, your profession, which is in jeopardy. Their very profession is in jeopardy. It's almost like we are on a sinking ship, and each teacher, whether you know it or not, whether they know it or not, it's going down in this state. We have got to save it. So when we talk to other people, let them get it out, and then slowly put the truth, put that out there. Well, SC for Ed, we are really right now focusing on something. There's a bill coming up. It wants us to adopt education savings accounts. This is what it will do. We're working and explain an immediate need and show how it applies to us right now. These educational savings accounts will actually take money out of our pockets. the pocket of your school. In Arizona, they give a parent a debit card with thousands of dollars. They have had to make a whole department to investigate the fraud that has happened with their educational saving accounts, debit cards. The fraud. This is more money. This is more oversight they're spending that could be just put back into our children, their children. This is 5 or 6 states now in the country that have educational savings accounts, and they want to bring it to South Carolina. Y'all. In the upstate, I don't want to point anybody out, but the upstate legislators they're like pointer dogs. We're a hunting state. They're like this for privatization.
Yeah.
Okay? That's who they are. They want it. They want it so bad they can smell it.
Yeah.
And it is like they're like sharks in the water, and there's blood. Y'all, if we don't stop it, if we act like we don't see it, it will be here. And right now, and we're not taking, but right, it's here. It's here, and they want it. So telling the story and trying to get them to see past and to the children and how it will apply and get them angry. I mean, when I read how this family spent thousands of dollars and took their kids to Disney World on the educational savings account money, it was Disneyland. Because they were in Arizona and they went to California. I was like, what? And they want to do that here? And they've done it in North Carolina, and they did it in 18 days. They passed it in 18 days. Yeah. And so you tell these things, tell them, and let them connect.
I was just saying in answer to your question, there's 2 questions I ask every teacher I talk to around the state. I always ask them, what are you celebrating in your room this week? Because we don't celebrate them enough and let them talk and amplify those things when you're able to, either on your, especially, it's super powerful on your campus when you are bragging to your principal or an AP or to a peer and saying, did you know what she's doing down the hall? Listen to this. It is a game changer. The other question I always ask is, what are the barriers that are keeping you from taking care of your kids right now? And listen for those patterns. And as they start to see that you're truly interested in that, it creates opportunities to bring them in. They understand that you care about them, and again, like you said, it's finding those common connections. When people say we can't walk out, you can just say to them, it's too late. They're all walking out. We just don't see them. They're not leaving at the same time. And if we don't want to be a union state, then let's treat our people so well that we have no need for that.
Well, and I would just say for the, I went to a couple Rotaries, and they all asked the same, communist May Day questions. Right. So I've gotten to workshop this one a little bit.
They also don't believe the truth.
Well,
they're like, you're lying, and I'm like, I wish I was. It'd be a cooler story.
Like I just beat them with grass. Like I have so many grass. But one thing that's really helpful is to let them know, like a simple thing like, look, when you go talk, look at what National Day thing it is. So it'll happen to be like National Hot Dog Day. And you're like, you know what? Today's National Hot Dog Day, and I'm not going to eat any hot dogs. And it's not because I hate hot dogs. It's just because I don't care about that holiday because it doesn't mean anything to me.
Right.
Because I don't pay attention to that. So the reason why I walked out May Day, right, was because I'm paying attention to education. What's happening over in Europe or whatever they do on their May Day is their business. But I wore red for education. And that's that, And so it's really the idea of making sure they understand that, like, I'm not going to be framed up into their narrative, The numbers that I'm showing aren't going to lie, because like I said, like, from when I do those talks, it's like graph after graph after graph after graph called, like, we're drowning, the ship's going down, here's a hole, here's a hole, here's a hole, and in the end, you get to the end, and that's how you know you won, because they don't have anything else. That's all they're going to have, right? But But thank you for that, because like I said, like I have a tendency sometimes, I feel like when I'm talking to people where I'm like, I'm brutalizing you. What I really want is for us to be on the same team, and I want you to know, like, I'm looking for members, you know? So thank you so much.
So last questions, because then we got to move to the next session.
Okay, so mine's not a question, it's more of a comment. So I just got double booked as the one of the induction coaches within my school for induction coaching and mentoring for Colleton County, because we are so small. But I just went to the mentor and induction meeting at Sierra this past week. And if you want an advocate to talk about this and you want some statistics about sinking ship, contact Sierra, contact your induction people, the people that are doing the hiring for you right now. They can give you the statistics of where they're having and how they're changing the certification laws, so advocacy, to deal with this issue about our education dying. Truly.
And
Sierra.org.
Yep.
Sierra.org, but your local person, in fact, that's I want to use Sue's speech for my induction meeting this week, because it's going to be really awesome for them to teach those new people that are walking in. Even though in Colleton County we have a huge Teach for America, and they cannot join us, like as part of their contract, they're legally not allowed to join us at all. They're not even allowed to wear red shirts. So you might, if you didn't know that, that's something you might want to touch base with those people, because they secretly undercover want to be red people. They can't be. So I didn't know if you knew that or not. But,
Why can't they wear red?
it's part of their contract for Teach for America. They're not allowed to do anything that's political within the state.
AmeriCorps is a
AmeriCorps
group, and so any one of those organizations can't.
Marjorie,
Politics.